Hello, everyone. This is Russell back with another episode of the WellCast, Navigating Student Wellbeing. This is episode 8, Finals Stress Relief. So to start off, we all know how stressful final season can be. Me personally, that manifests in things like having trouble concentrating, lack of sleep, and more anxiety and more stress overall. So it's important to know how to cope with these things and how to deal with it in a healthy manner. Um, so I'm going to be talking about some tips pertaining to finals week, some upcoming events pertaining to finals week, and also important resources that students should take advantage of. So to start off, a few tips pertaining to finals week. It's when we think of taking care of ourselves during finals week, we think of like, how do we take care of our mental health? But there's another factor in that, which is our physical health, which is just as important, and they both go hand in hand. So first to talk about tips pertaining to mental health, the biggest one that comes to my mind is setting boundaries, not only with yourself, but with the people around you. And what that may look like, setting boundaries with yourself is, setting the boundary of perhaps sleeping early or being mindful that, hey, I need to study instead of doing XYZ activity. Setting that boundary with yourself and setting that priority is something really important to do, especially when you have a lot of things on your plate. Also, setting boundaries with your friends and the people around you, it's really easy to get sidetracked and everything. So setting that boundary, perhaps saying, hey, I can't hang out this day because I have a final coming up, is something really important and critical for like balance in your schedule. The next sort of mental health tip is that I really suggest people try out is meditation. And this is something that I'm still practicing myself. But meditation, it really helps with the feeling of feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I know me personally, I like to meditate whenever I'm feeling like I have a lot of tabs in my head. When like using a computer and you're on like a browsing like Google or something and you have like a lot of tabs open, the computer is probably gonna run slower. In my head, it kind of works the same. Like if I'm thinking about a lot of things, um, it's just gonna like give me a lot of brain fog and sort of make me more stressed and overwhelmed. So I like to meditate. And a common misconception that people have is that when you meditate, you shouldn't be thinking about like anything. Like you should just be like completely still. You shouldn't have anything going on in your brain. But for me, what meditation is actually the opposite, which is actually paying attention to these things and giving attention to all the things that I'm like thinking about throughout the day, And by thinking about it, by giving myself the time to just quite literally do nothing and sit there, or maybe take a walk while meditating, it allows me to give awareness to some of the perhaps anxious thoughts that I'm having, and it helps clear my head and clear all out, clear out all the tabs that are going on in my brain and everything. So we talked about some of the mental health tips. Now let's talk about some of the physical health tips. Some of them are probably a little obvious, but first off, it's really important to get an adequate amount of sleep. Sleep is really important not only for your mental health, like your overall well-being, physically, feeling mentally well, but also pertaining to actual like studying and everything, Um, Sleep helps you encode and recall that information and really put it to memory. So getting a lot of sleep, at least 8 hours a night, especially during that finals week, is really important, I know me personally, I'm really encouraged to like pull all-nighters and everything and cram, but in the long run, that only like really burns me out and everything. So that's something I'm still working on, like um really trying to get better at. Yeah, getting a lot of sleep is really important. And the next sort of physical health tip is to eat well, Um, when I came to college and everything, I started living on my own and I had a lot of trouble with being responsible overall, like taking care of myself. And that also resulted in me like, skipping meals and everything, not only because I forgot, but like I just like got too lazy to and everything. But it's really important to set time aside in your schedule to allow you to have a meal and everything. And it's really important to drink water as well. It's scientifically proven that eating better results in higher cognitive function, along with sleep as well, like I said before. So it's really important to get your sleep and to eat well. Another sort of physical health tip overall, but also pertaining to being having the best well-being possible for finals week is to take breaks, um, especially taking breaks outside in nature, taking a walk is something really valuable to me, especially when I'm like really in the studying and everything. Like, say I'm studying for like a really long time period, I oftentimes get overwhelmed, like the gears are really going in my brain and everything. So to really like relax and reset, but most importantly, stay grounded in the present moment to avoid like stressful and anxious thoughts. I go outside and take a walk, and this is typically also when I like meditate, like I said before. So those are some things that I suggest you try out. Another sort of tip that's kind of like a study tip, but more of a mental health tip as well, is engage in spaced repetition. So spaced repetition is basically a um, study approach where, as opposed to cramming the night before hours on end, you space out your study sessions throughout a period of time. So that means studying well before your final and everything. This results in you recalling the information better because you're revisiting the information and it's encoded better in your brain. But it also prevents burnout, and it puts you in a better position to do well for your final. Next up, I'm going to talk about some of the resources on campus um, that will help for stresses during finals week. So first off, obviously, is the Academic Resource Center, or the ARC. They offer tutoring, and oftentimes this tutoring is done by a student. And I feel like this approach really helped me, especially with chemistry. I understood the material a lot better when I got tutored by a student. So that's a resource that I recommend all students take advantage of. The next resources, the next resource that's available to students is the Well, which is where I work, and it's the health promotion department here at UCR, and we offer something called peer health coaching. Peer health coaching is a 30-minute non-clinical, non-therapy session with a certified peer health educator. And in this call, you can set up an action plan pertaining to some issues or problems that you're facing, whether that's mental, physical, or even pertaining to your basic needs, such as housing or food insecurities. So what we do is we set up an action plan and we route you to different resources and departments on campus, such as CAPS. CAPS is Counseling and Psychological Services here at UCR, and a misconception that some students have, or what I hear, is that you need UC SHIP to go to CAPS, or you have to pay for it perhaps. But if you are a full-time student, CAPS is free. So I really recommend that resource to students if you are going through a tough time mentally. And I'm really excited to announce that Therapy Fluffies is coming back. So Therapy Fluffies is our quarterly event here at the Well. So what we do is we take therapy dogs to both libraries. And it sort of serves as like a stress relief event for students. Petting dogs is something really cool, and it's serves as a stress reliever. So we are going to be offering that, or holding that event week 10, I believe June 5th. Yeah, June 5th, week 10, from noon, 12 p.m., to 2 p.m. at both libraries, Orbach and Rivera. That was episode 8, Final Stress Relief. Thank you for watching. My name's Russell, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Good luck in finals, Highlanders!